Healing Hands Health Center opened its doors 25 years ago to provide charitable health care to residents of Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Medical services came first, but a dental clinic soon followed in an effort to meet an overwhelming need in our community. In recent weeks, thanks to a sizable donation, the center has undergone an impressive expansion that will greatly enhance access to dental care for low-income, uninsured, and underinsured residents of our region.
Fortunately, JD and Lorraine Nicewonder made a substantial gift of $400,000 that helped cover all of the renovations that we needed to make, including the dental equipment, the chairs, the panoramic x-ray, all of the equipment that we had to purchase. And fortunately, Associated Builders were the contractor that came in and were able to do the renovations, and they've been wonderful to work with and did a great job. And it's we started in mid-December and they're wrapping up now, so it's been a smooth process. It was a little bumpy, you know, for our patients and the people that work here with the noise, but it's been a very rewarding, much needed pain to go through.
The recent expansion means the Healing Hands now has 13 patient spaces, officially known as operatories. Care is provided by local dentists who volunteer their time, dental hygiene students from ETSU, and dental students from the University of Tennessee's College of Dentistry in Memphis, who work under the direction of a licensed dentist while gaining clinical experience. Additionally, the center recently hired its first full-time dentist, Dr. Scotty Reagan, a UT Dental School graduate who completed a clinical rotation at Healing Hands before earning his degree.
So when we're at school at UT, we go on 2 rotations, one our 3rd year and one our 4th year. And my 4th year, I came through here for 2 weeks. And it's just hard not to fall in love with Healing Hands and the mission and what we do here. So I loved my time here, and then when I saw that they had a position open up around the time I was graduating, I called, and they had me send my resume, which was just going through school at the time, but I sent it to them and they offered me the job, and I couldn't help but take it. I think a lot of people miss the importance that we have on our teeth and just how we present ourselves and feel about ourselves. Like when you wake up in the morning and you're brushing your teeth, if you don't like what you see in the mirror, it can really take a toll on your emotional quality of life, and it's just a powerful thing to be able to bring someone to a happier version of themselves when they wake up and they like what they see in the mirror, and they can talk to people confidently, they can eat better. I mean, if you can't chew up all the right types of foods, it can really take a toll on the rest of your systemic health.
Together with local dentists who volunteer their time and faculty members from the university, Dr. Reagan provides oversight for students. Their work at Healing Hands is important, he said, because it fulfills a need in our community and provides the soon-to-be dentist with an opportunity to work with a segment of the population that has not always had access to dental care.
This is a very important partnership, UT Dental School. So being in Memphis, you know, a lot of them have not had exposure to Northeast Tennessee and what we have to offer. And with the shortage of dentists in our area, being able to showcase what we have to offer, giving them a kind of like a peek into, you know, our area, in hopes that they might return and want to live here in our community and then become dentists. So I think it's a great opportunity for us to be able to host them, but also for our community that they get to see the wonderful things that Bristol has to offer, and that hopefully that they would end up wanting to stay and open a practice or be a part of practice, or even maybe come work for us, just as Dr. Reagan did. The students travel from Memphis and stay here for 2 weeks, and fortunately we also received another gift from JD and Lorraine Nicewonder, including some gifts from local community members, that we built a education dormitory for the students to stay in while they're here, which is right across the street.
The biggest thing that I've seen that's been very rewarding for me has been a lot of patients are coming in pain, and I think that's just kind of neglect that kind of happens. Just sheer oral hygiene sometimes is not emphasized, maybe in certain areas of the country or certain places, just because I think maybe it's been seen as not important possibly in the past, and now we're kind of like, as science is catching up and people are kind of hearing word of mouth, it's becoming more evident that it can lead to other issues in other parts of the body. So I would say the big thing for me is seeing patients that come in pain and then able to get them out of pain like within that 1 to 2 hour area. So we are required to do 2 rotations in those 2 clinical years. Depending upon kind of how you do in clinic will determine kind of where you go earlier rather than later. So of the 2, this is my second rotation. The first rotation I was in Union City, a little bit north of Memphis. A smaller clinic as well. This clinic's a little bit bigger. Very similar demographic of patients, but I would say I've definitely enjoyed here in Bristol very, very much. It's a very nice clinic with great people, great preceptors and doctors here.
In order to become a patient with Healing Hands Health Center, there is an application process. That application can be found online at healinghandshealthcenter.org. You can also complete the application online. And then we have a patient enrollment specialist, Heather Davis, who is here on site. So if there's any questions anybody has, they can contact her. She can help get them enrolled. You do have to financially qualify. So we look at either at or below 250% of the federal poverty level, which means a family of 4 cannot make more than $75,000 for the year. You have to be a resident of Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. We do ask for a photo ID, a month's worth of income or your 1040, and then a piece of mail that verifies your residency. But if you don't have those documentations, we do help get that processed, and there's ways that we can help you. So a patient might come in, and if it's their new time, it's a new patient coming in, never been to a dentist before, or even just with us, they will have a comprehensive exam, look what's going on, develop a treatment plan, take images and things like that. And so there might be restorations or fillings that need to be done. Cleaning might identify that you need a cleaning. We also, a lot of times, some of our patients come in with pain. So there might be an abscess or an infection in the tooth, and so we treat that with an antibiotic, and we're able to provide those medications on site. And then we might have to extract the tooth if it's beyond repair, so we will do extractions. We also provide dentures and partials. We started doing that 3 years ago, and that's been a successful program as well, being able to provide those. So basically hygiene cleanings, restorations, fillings, extractions, and dentures and partials. Sometimes we can get into more complicated extractions, but most of the times we do just more simple extractions.
Each procedure is designed to improve the health of the patients and, as evidenced by the before and after photos that hang on the center's wall, to give them back their smiles. Dr. Reagan and the staff members, the dental hygiene and dental students who provide services, the donors, and the volunteers all come together in this newly expanded center at 245 Midway Medical Park to provide a critical community need.
We started with 4 operatories, dental operatories at 210 Memorial Drive. Came over here in 2015 and had 8. Then we went to 9, and now we're at a total of 13 dental operatories that UT dental students, Dr. Reagan, we also have a part-time hygienist, Michelle, and then the ETSU students all work out of, including volunteers. We have several volunteers that work here once or twice a month who also see our patients. Over those 25 years, we have treated over 13,000 patients, so community members. And so this past year, it's about 2,000 patients.
For additional information about Healing Hands Health Center, please visit healinghandshealthcenter.org or call 423-652-0260.